Hi and welcome to another YouTube video. In today's video I want to show you this cute flowery Victorian mansion that I've built, or I don't know if it's big enough to qualify as a mansion, so let's just call it like a Victorian flower house. And it was so much fun to build, and the shape of this build is actually made by Lilsimsie, so this is my build and my entry for the hashtag spooky Simsie shell, or was it hashtag Simsie spooky shell? No, I think it's spooky Simsie shell. There we go. And yeah, so Lilsimsie made a shell challenge, and I was in that stream where she made the shell challenge, and I was immediately struck with inspiration. That stream, by the way, was so much fun, and I love hanging out at her streams, and I'm just like such a big fan also of her YouTube channel. She was the one that kind of introduced me to Sims YouTube. I always loved playing The Sims, but I never really watched YouTube videos about The Sims, and then I was just playing one day and watching YouTube videos on the side, and I got that video recommended where she left the game playing for like 24 hours and looked what happened, and all of the Sims died in fires and stuff. It was a pretty fun video, and after that I looked more into Sims YouTube, and I found so many amazing YouTubers and stuff, and now I think it's like 40% of the YouTube content I consume is Sims content, so that definitely had like a massive impact, and so she was really like my inspiration and my reason to get into like Sims YouTube. So yeah, I'm definitely, I would say I'm a big fan. So I was just hanging out in her stream on Twitch, and she made this shell, and I was immediately struck with so much inspiration. I had like so many ideas what I wanted to do. I actually had 5 ideas. I had 5 different Pinterest boards with inspiration pictures of things that I wanted to do with the shell and things that I wanted to build, but of course I had to decide for one because I didn't have the time, honestly, to build five builds for one shell challenge. So I decided to go with the Victorian build, which was my first idea, because when it comes to spooky builds, I don't know why, but Victorian builds always have this kind of a spooky edge. So initially I wanted to do like the first thing that your mind goes to when you see like a spooky shell and stuff, which is like doing a spooky haunted Victorian mansion. But that one I kind of threw out of the window because I thought it was like a way cuter idea to go with Victorian, but not go with the haunted Victorian that you see a lot, especially now during the Halloween time, but actually like take Victorian, like take that build style and make it as cutesy as possible. And I really started to imagine this like old cute grandmother living here, and like this house being inside of like inherited by this one family for a generation, and they really care for this house and really look that everything stays like clean and pristine and is repaired and fixed, and like the house is in a great condition and the house is really like cared for, like the opposite of haunted basically. And yeah, then there is like this young florist. I called her Katie Bloom. I actually made the sim for this house, which I usually don't do, but I made this like young florist, so like she loves like flowers and is like a botanist, and she's called Katie Bloom, and she's like super cute and is wearing like a flowery dress and has like brown hair. Maybe I can put a photo on her of her on the screen if I remember to do it. And yeah, so I really had that vision of her inheriting this house from her grandma, and initially thinking like, yeah, maybe I'm going to modernize it on the interior, but then like seeing all of the love and care that has gone into this house and into the interior as well, and like keeping it the way it is, and keeping it is in those like in this old school kind of style, and preserving it and caring like further for that house. And I thought that was such a great story, so I really wanted to make an exterior, but especially an interior that really feels like loved and lived in, like someone is living in here and they love this house to bits, and they like I didn't put too much clutter because I imagined like the old grandma, but also Katie as being like a very clean and orderly person, so I didn't overly clutter everything. But when there was clutter, it was all like very well kept, and like objects that you could imagine have like some sort of emotional value. And so that was like so fun to actually build this house with a person in mind that you were decorating it for, and with like history of this house in mind. So this building process was so much fun, and I can't wait to also show you the interior in the tour later. But yeah, as I already mentioned, this shell challenge came at a perfect point in time for me, because I was kind of like on a point where I didn't really had the inspiration to build. And with inspiration I don't really mean lack of ideas, because as I told you already like a few few videos ago, I have this Word document of video ideas, and it's like 10 pages long. So I'm not going to run out of ideas like what to do for a video or what to build anytime soon. But it was more like my life around YouTube and video creation has become so stressful because I'm currently writing my bachelor's thesis and the study is like complete now. So we have all of the data points that we were gathering, and now it's at a point where I have to do a lot of like math stuff and really like start to calculate with all of those data points and draw my conclusions, and also like write a lot. So I have to write a lot, like many pages, which is kind of stressful. And so yeah, there isn't going to be like as much time to build or to produce videos, especially in November. So November is going to be my month where I'm going to focus like the most energy on my bachelor's thesis, and then afterwards in December and January there's just going to be like some last little bits, and I should have more time and energy to do videos again, which I love doing the most, I have to say. So yeah, that's just like a little bit of insight into my life. So it's stressful right now, and so I was kind of missing this like drive and motivation to go and sit and build something. And then I was like writing something for uni, and I was watching the stream and she made the shell challenge, and I saw the shape and I got hit by so much inspiration. I was so motivated to build, which was exactly what I needed at the time. So yeah, I wanted to drop everything and start to build like as soon as I saw it, but that didn't work out because I had to finish something and I was working on it until 5 a.m. and then afterwards I first went to sleep and then I started building. So yeah, that I couldn't drop everything immediately, but that's what I wanted to do when I saw it. So yeah, I was really motivated, and that also like made me really like cherish the entire process, and I had so much fun, and it was really like this nice feeling again of forgetting everything else and just building and just focusing on this build. And it was such a like nice and calming experience that I really loved. And yeah, it's as she always says that she gets so many submissions for her shell challenges that she can't physically look at every single one of them, and I totally understand that. And it's always like, don't build this so that I can see it, is like what she says, like what Lilsimsie says, which is totally understandable because she's just human and there's so many builds to look at, and no human could ever look at all of those builds in like a normal time frame. And she is a very busy person, so the time frame should be even smaller than normal. So yeah, I don't expect her to ever see this build, and I just did it because I was so inspired and it was so much fun to do. Like I had so much fun with this build and I just did it to build this. So yeah, I don't expect her to ever see this, but however, like after saying all of this, it would be super cool if she were to see it. So if you think this is a good build and if you like the build, if you want to help me make this build a little bit more visible so that the chance that she could look at it in like a stream or in her video is a little bit higher, you would do me like a super great favor if you could go to the gallery. My name in the gallery is SunnyCreations, and you could download and favorite this build so that it is like bumped higher up under the hashtag. That would be like, I would really appreciate it, but only do it if you really like the build. I don't want to like clutter up your downloaded builds list with a build that you don't actually like, but if you do, that would be greatly appreciated and would be a great help for me to maybe get a little chance at her seeing it. But if she doesn't, there are no hard feelings at all. I'm just thankful for this shell and for the fun that I had building it. And also because this was so much fun, I really got into the mood for shell challenges or collabs or anything. So if you're watching this and you are a Sims creator of any kind, like no matter if only like Instagram or also YouTube or Twitch, or no matter how big or small of a creator you are and you would like to collab with me, or you have currently like a shell challenge running that you would like me to check out or build something for, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm open for so many like shell challenge and collab like suggestions. That would be so cool. But also on the other hand, I have to say like the next 1.5 months are going to be extremely stressful for me, and I can't produce as many videos and builds as I usually do. So don't expect me to get to like any of them or all of them very soon, but just in general, I would love to do something with you and kind of collab in a way, because I would say that a shell challenge is like a collab in a way. So like we're both working on a build together. Or also if you would want me to do another shell challenge, I don't know, maybe for November or something that you could build and where we could collab like in that way, that would be amazing too. I love doing shell challenges. So yeah, just let me know if you would be interested in any of that in the comments. And I think another possible reason for that little low of building inspiration that I was in is that I think we haven't really gotten any like big building pack news or build updates or like any new build stuff in a little while. And of course, like there were those 2 kits that got released, which of course were Creator Sim kits, so there was not really that much to get inspired by as a builder. And now there was that like little leak of the other 2 Sims kits that are going to get released, where the one was Sanctuary Vibes and the other was Defying Style Boundaries, where I think Defying Style Boundaries sounds more like a Creator Sim kit as well, and Sanctuary Vibes is probably going to be the build kit. However, Sanctuary Vibes sounds to me like it's going to be in a similar style to the wellness pack like Spa Day, or also to Snowy Escape a little bit, because there we also got those little sanctuaries which were fun. But both of those packs are not really like that much my build style. I think they suit like a more modern style very well, but I haven't really built in that style a lot, so I don't really know how much that build kit is going to be for me and inspire me. Of course, I'm very hopeful and optimistic that there's going to be like beautiful build stuff and I'm going to be very inspired, but I'm not that hyped yet, so I don't know how to feel about that build kit. And then we haven't really gotten any announcements of any new game packs or expansion packs or even stuff packs, so that's kind of sad. Like that's kind of a bummer. I don't really know if we're going to get any new like bigger packs in the rest of 2021, and yeah, that kind of got me thinking, because that's like this little low in like new build stuff and new inspiration, and I don't really know what like The Sims is trying to tell us with it. I don't know if that means that maybe The Sims 5 is coming earlier than most of us think, because I think most of us at this point have like are living with the thought in our heads that The Sims 5 maybe still take another 1 or 2 years, but if they're now really like stepping back and dialing back on expansion packs, I think that happened the last time when The Sims 3 came to a close, when they really slowed down their production of expansion packs, because of course expansion packs are like a huge cash cow for them, but of course it would also be like a pretty shitty move to like release an expansion packs and then be like 2 months later like, oh yeah, we're like releasing The Sims 5 now, and then all of the people that have bought the expansion packs are like, okay, yeah, now I have this like now that I have bought this expansion pack, this like huge expansion pack, which is also very expensive for this game that's going to be like quote unquote outdated. Of course you can still play The Sims 4 when The Sims 5 comes out, but everyone like wants to hop on the Sims 5 train, and I think that expansion packs are going to get a little like Sims 4 expansion packs are going to get a little less valuable as soon as The Sims 5 gets released. And now that we're really like starting to slow down on the pack release front, I'm very curious to see if that maybe has some implications on maybe an announcement of The Sims 5 in like early 2022 maybe, and not that the Sims 5 is going to get released in early 2022, but maybe that we get the announcement. And I think after The Sims 5 is announced, they're not going to release any major like packs anymore. At least that's like what I gathered also like from the transition phase between The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. But of course, like back then I was like a preteen, so I don't really have that much like, I don't remember it as clearly anymore, and I wasn't following The Sims news in that transition phase as closely as I am now. So I don't really know if it's the same, but it feels the same to me, that we're kind of like in this little content low right now from The Sims. So yeah, I really am curious what that means, but it could also mean because like those Sims packs, those expansion packs are always like in the works for many years, I think, even though sometimes it doesn't show that much in the content, like some packs are better than others, of course, but I think they are worked on for many years. And but yeah, as many of you know, of course, expansion packs are worked on for many years, like a couple of years, and maybe this dip that we're experiencing right now in new content being announced and released is also maybe due to like the whole pandemic situation, because a lot of production companies had to push back their games because it was more difficult to work when people couldn't be in like one office space series anymore, and maybe we have like caught up to that point where the like first lockdown started now, where before that we still got releases from things that had been worked on like a while before the first lockdown hit, and now we're starting to experience that low because we are like because like from that point of the first lockdown maybe production slowed down a little bit, and they are like trying to catch up to the other ones that had the possibility to be worked on beforehand. That's just like two of my theories to why we could experiencing that, or maybe only I think that we are currently like on a little bit of like I don't know, in German we have this thing called like a thirst trail, is what it's called, where you like on a waiting period where you like I don't know, get more and more thirsty for content. I don't know if that's also a saying in English, but yeah, so if only I am experiencing this like thirst for content and it feels like not that much is coming out. But yeah, I'm very curious to hear what you think of it and what your theories are to why we are maybe like why that might be. And one last topic before you have finally heard enough of my voice is that on the topic of Lilsimsie and her share challenge, she's going to tour this, if I remember correctly, on the 26th, so in the last week of October during her AbleGamers Fundraiser streams. And I've said it in like a previous video, but I'm going to say it again. I'm super excited to also be part of the Lilsimsie streamer squad for to raise money for AbleGamers, which is an incredible charity. And so if you would do me the favor and go also to my Twitch channel, which is also called SunnyCreations, and could leave me a follow so that we could have like an amazing time together in the last week of October to fundraise for AbleGamers together, which is going to be my first like charity stream and also my first series of charity streams ever. That would be greatly appreciated. I hope that together we can do some good, and it's like just this big exciting project. I'm going to also post and release some graphics that I did with the milestone and incentives very soon. But yeah, for now I am just thankful for Lilsimsie to let me be a part of this amazing charity event, and I'm very excited, and this shell challenge is also going to be part of it. I don't know if my build is going to be part of it. I think it's not that likely because, as I said, there are going to be a lot of builds, but this shell challenge that this build is based on is going to be part of that fundraiser as well. So yeah, exciting stuff ahead, and I hope that you're all having a wonderful day and week and everything, that you're doing amazing basically. And I hope that you liked and enjoyed this video. If you would consider subscribing, you would make me super duper happy, and I hope we'll see each other again.